We're drawing new lines on the global financial map as BRICS takes a bold shot at US dollar dominance. This alliance, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, is shifting lanes toward de-dollarization, aiming to cut its reliance on the greenback in global trade. Even with President Trump's 100% tariff threat looming, BRICS is hitting the gas on building alternative financial systems. But what's fueling this push? We'll break down the driving forces behind BRICS' move and what it means for the future of global finance. Stay locked in. This is a financial power shift you won't want to miss. A major force behind this shift, the push for financial independence. From day one, BRICS had its sights set on financial sovereignty. These nations have been looking for a way out of Western-controlled institutions like the IMF and World Bank. For decades, the US dollar's dominance has given Washington a firm grip on global transactions, but BRICS is shifting gears to break free. The mission? To build a financial network that runs on its own terms, one that doesn't depend on the US-centric SWIFT system, the backbone of international banking. Russia's recent shakeup put this mission into overdrive. When Moscow got kicked out of SWIFT due to Western sanctions, it didn't hit the brakes. It got to work, rolling out alternative banking systems to keep the money moving. At the same time, China is stepping on the gas with the digital Yuan, a high-tech currency built to cut dependence on the dollar and redefine global trade. BRICS isn't just throwing ideas around, it's laying down the groundwork for real financial independence.
The first thing I said is any BRIC state that even mentions the destruction of the dollar will be charged a 150% tariff.
BRICS' move against US sanctions and economic pressure. For years, the US has used economic sanctions as a power move, leveraging the dollar's dominance to pressure nations that don't fall in line. Russia and China have been hit with tough financial restrictions, while Brazil and India haven't been immune to US economic tactics either. In response, BRICS is stepping up efforts to break free from dollar dependence and shield their economies from outside control. With Russia cut off from Western financial networks, it's leading the charge in building alternative trade systems to keep business running. China, seeing the writing on the wall, is ramping up its cross-border payment systems to stay ahead of potential sanctions. Even India and Brazil, despite their close ties with the US, are spreading their trade networks to avoid getting caught in economic crossfire. Meanwhile, sanctions on Russia over the Ukraine conflict have only strengthened BRICS' resolve to break free from dollar dependence. Now, with Trump threatening 150% tariffs on BRICS nations if they challenge US dollar dominance, the stakes are higher than ever. BRICS isn't just going along for the ride, it's taking control, ensuring its economies can stand on their own without Washington calling the shots. Local currencies step into the spotlight. A single BRICS currency might still be on the drawing board, but member nations aren't hitting the brakes. Instead, they're putting their own currencies in the driver's seat. Brazil, for example, isn't rushing into a one-size-fits-all solution. It's pushing local payment systems as a quick alternative. Meanwhile, India is locking in trade deals that put the rupee front and center, cutting the dollar out of the equation in cross-border transactions. Russia and South Africa are locking in trade deals that put their own currencies in the spotlight. The goal? To shield their economies from the dollar's ups and downs and pave the way for BRICS nations to trade on their own terms, no green light from Uncle Sam needed. This isn't just about financial independence. It's about redrawing the playbook for global commerce. Before we dive in, hit that like and subscribe. It helps us reach more viewers who are keeping an eye on global shifts. All right, let's keep the momentum going and move on to what's next. China's big move with the digital Yuan. China isn't just part of BRICS. It's the engine powering its financial shakeup. As the world's second-largest economy with a cutting-edge fintech sector, it's leading the charge with the digital Yuan. But this isn't just about rolling out a high-tech currency. It's a strategic play to challenge the dollar's grip on global trade. And it's not just theory. The digital Yuan is already making its way into cross-border transactions. With a state-controlled digital currency, China is cutting out dollar dependence and securing its financial future. By rolling out the digital Yuan, Beijing is lowering its exposure to US sanctions and reshaping global trade on its own terms. And it's not going solo. The success of the digital yuan is turning heads across BRICS, pushing other members to explore their own financial innovations. As this momentum builds, BRICS is moving closer to a world where the US dollar isn't the default currency for global trade. Can Trump's tariff threats put the brakes on BRICS? In response to BRICS' move away from the dollar, President Trump recently raised tariffs on imports from these nations from 100% to 150%. But will that really slam the brakes on BRICS? China and Russia, already deep in economic battles with the US, have learned to navigate sanctions, doubling down on self-sufficiency and diversification. Meanwhile, India and Brazil, despite their strong trade ties with the US, are charting their own course to lessen dependence on American markets. Many experts see Trump's tariff threats as all thunder, no lightning, more political noise than a real obstacle. But BRICS isn't losing its footing. It's drawing new lines, sharpening its strategy to push through US pressure and stay on course with de-dollarization. Instead of stalling out, these nations are picking up momentum, charting a future where their economies move by their own compass, not Washington's map. And BRICS isn't just sticking to its original lineup. New players are joining the game. And the latest addition? Indonesia, stepping in to be part of this global shift. The global shift toward a new financial playbook. Nations across the globe are redrawing the financial map, looking to ease off the US dollar's grip. The de-dollarization wave is gaining momentum as countries seek to shield their economies from geopolitical turbulence and dollar-driven leverage. Leading the charge, BRICS is actively exploring alternatives, including a gold-backed currency, a key focus at the 2024 BRICS Summit. Meanwhile, global institutions like the Bank for International Settlements, BIS, are rolling out initiatives like mBridge, a digital currency platform built for real-time cross-border transactions. But shaking off the dollar's grip isn't a quick detour. The greenback remains deeply embedded in global trade, making de-dollarization a slow but steady journey. While the dollar isn't vanishing overnight, BRICS and other nations are drawing new lines, laying the foundation for a more balanced and resilient financial system, one where no single currency runs the whole show. The final stretch: what's next for global finance? BRICS' bold challenge to US dollar supremacy is shaking up the financial world like never before. The road ahead won't be smooth, but one thing's clear: a post-dollar world isn't just wishful thinking, it's already in motion. The big question now is, will BRICS' push for de-dollarization reshape the global financial system? Or will the US dollar keep its grip on international trade? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is this shift unstoppable? Or will the dollar stay king of the financial highway? Before you head out, don't forget to subscribe to Globelines, your go-to stop for all things geopolitics, global markets, and power shifts shaping our world. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.